As you probably know by now, my interest in Porsche 928s has been rekindled. This year I bought 3 of them, each one in better condition and more original than the one before, culminating in my favourite, this glorious 5-speed manual that's been the subject of recent videos on the channel. Check them out. But if you've been paying attention, you'd know that I also have a vision of a fully electric 928, a car that has all the great driving dynamics of this fabulous Grand Tourer and the fabulous looks that haven't dated in 40 years, but with better real-world performance than any petrol 928, much lower maintenance and running costs, and doesn't drink dinosaur juice at an alarming rate, as they all do. A practical, comfortable, air-conditioned electric 928 that looks, goes, performs, and yes, even sounds like a petrol one. That's my vision. Now, all of my current cars are way too nice to be chopped up, so don't fret, no. I've been on the lookout for a cheap one, perhaps a barn find, a broken down one, an incomplete parts car to be the appropriate donor car, and a starting point. Now, when I mention this to Porsche owners, they are in 2 distinct camps. Those that recoil in horror.
Shame. I think he wants to know which one you want to be crucified.
Or those who, if they've ever been in a modern EV, they totally get it. Yes, a car that's the best of both worlds. Looks nice, goes great. Now, literally, through a friend of a friend of a friend, I've stumbled across a car that might be the one. A car that will never make it back onto the road as it is. But having said that, even though I don't need the V8 engine, the torque tube, the gearbox or the differential at all, it would be good to know if these things are serviceable, so I could possibly sell them to recover some of the costs. If you like cars, old cars, we've got plenty of them here. 1 Saab, 2 Saab, 3 Saab, 4 Saab, and yet the leather's soft. 5 Saab, looking a bit sad. 6 Saab, 7 Saab, looking pretty good. 8 Saab, 9 Saab, 10 Saab, 11 Saab, and you can't see them, but there's another 2 buried over there, and there's a little house down there that's completely full of all the parts that came off those cars: doors, windows, interiors, engines. But more importantly, we have basket case, Porsche 928. I'm told its name is Percy. I don't think that's going to stick, but there you go. Apparently the gentleman was a hoarder, as you can see. Who keeps one of these days? And his poor gent's passed away, and his lovely wife Claire's got to get rid of not just what you see here, but hundreds of tyres and these Saabs and this old 928. So let's have a look at it, find out what we can. I really don't know. Am I brave enough for this? It's a 1983, but it's got a later model wing on it, aftermarket too. Looks like it's Nautica blue, something like that. This is terrible. See that? Look at that. It's got an S4 body kit on it. It's got an approval. That's good. Radiator's original. Yep, radiator's original. M28/12 8206005. But that actually looks not too bad. I mean, it's all there. Original expansion tank. Hood struts that don't hold up, of course. They're going to do you a mischief when this comes down on your noggin. Let's check the oil. Don't fall down and hit me. Oh! Now that oil looks new, but don't let that fool you. If oil's been sitting there 20 years, it can look brand new because all the heavy stuff settled to the bottom and you're just left with the light stuff on top. You would not even think of using that oil. Change that oil. Oh yeah. Import from Hong Kong. Generally not a good sign, because Hong Kong cars, they don't travel great distance, but it's all hot and slow, and 928s don't like that. So you often see low mileage Hong Kong cars that aren't in great shape because they've overheated too often. We shall see. For those of you who are thinking, Why don't you just put a battery in it? It's got the keys. Crank it over and see what happens. Bad idea. We're not going to do that. Yeah, it's going to take a bit to get that going. Oh no, look at the paint. No, that's terrible. It's going to all need to come off. Let's have a look inside. Oh my goodness. Manual. Except guess what? It wasn't a manual. It was an automatic. The dash is actually pretty good. That's nice. Mould and everything. Let's put a manual box in. Just putting out the carpet. The floor's actually good. The carpets are actually good. Yep. Look at that. 22,000 miles. And yes, he's got a gearbox without pushing the clutch. Actually feels quite good. 5-speed dogleg. Button condition good. Sunroof okay, we got mould. Motor hasn't started in over 20 years since he tried to do a manual conversion to it. And it looks kind of complete, except for one thing. That clutch pedal is not in the right spot. It's meant to be over there on the left, not in the middle there. That's a bit weird. It's a weird pedal arrangement. Just for the record, this is what the clutch pedal assembly is meant to look like on a early 80s vintage car. Electric seats. The seats are actually good. Yeah, it's actually quite good. It's got the manhole covers with some proxies on it, which are circa just after Jesus Christ was crucified. Brakes, though, are going to need a bit of love. Totally rusted up calipers. It's probably not going to move. Yeah, it's got power steering fluid in it. Original expansion tank. How about the coolant? What we got in there? No coolant in there. Not that I can see. Okay, so we've got no coolant in it. Yeah, so we're an awfully long way from being at a point where you'd attempt to start it. No chance. Besides, imagine how old that fuel is. More than 20 years? But so many people fit these later S4 body kits to these cars, and it doesn't help their value. No, we're not going to get in there. It feels like it's metal, not polyurethane. It's weird. It's got a decent look like. It's got the standard exhaust system. They've just completely disintegrated. Yeah, guaranteed it's going to be hard to move. Jeez. What a car.
Wow.
Barn find. At least there's no rats made their home in the valley. To get this car running at anywhere near the condition of my other cars would cost, in parts alone, many times what it would sell for afterwards. So nobody in their right mind would take this on as a fixer-upper. But clearly, I'm not in my right mind, so I made an offer to Claire, and she accepted it. To be honest, I think she did pretty well. And today, my job is to get it mobile and get it out of here. As you can see, it's on trolleys, but it's not moving. So I pulled a couple of wheels off to see if I could get them to rotate. The wheels can't turn either. The rotors are locked solid on the pads, so jack it up, get the wheels off, actually take the pads out so the wheels can rotate, because the calipers and pistons look to be past it to me already. And then at least we'll get it out, get it somewhere else, and we can start work and see what we've got with the Porsche 928, hitherto not to be known as Percy. And there's no tow hook hole. That is weird. I have never seen that. They're meant to be polycarbonate. There's a sound coming from over there that I don't like. It's the sound of some large furry rodent. Okay. Can we get it away from the wall? Oh God, look at the spiders. I don't really like spiders any more than I do large furry rodents. Get away. Well, I just found something else that's less than perfect with this car. That is not a normal amount of play. Okay. Alright. A lot of grunting and groaning. But look, there's a lot of things to like here. Original wheel, not bad shape. The trim's actually not too bad. The leather's a little bit worn there, but it's pretty good. It's gone a bit hard, but the dash is actually one of the best I've seen, and that's a good indicator. So a lot of things about this car that actually look quite encouraging, but my God, it's so dirty. 22,000 miles, yeah, I'm not buying that. Let's just put no credence at all onto the odometer reading. The doors have a habit of self-locking. There's no battery attached, and yet every time you close the door, it locks. You need the key again to open it. You can see it go, sucks itself down, both sides. Can't get around the front to jack up the front and get the wheel off there. There just isn't room, so it's got to come out from the wall. So I suspect we'll have to winch it. Oh man! But there's very limited access here. The front brakes are also pretty rusted, but they're not locked completely solid like the rears were. So why don't we just drag it out and get it on the ground? And for that, we'll need some more muscle. And so, a few days later... So finally, at least we got the bum out in the sunshine. Pumped the tyres up last week, and they're still holding pressure. We would never drive on these tyres, but at least we can tow it. And here's the man to do it. We're on. I'll leave it locked. Okay.
That'll do.
Now I know it would have been smarter to give the car a rinse before steering it blindly up the driveway and missing the gate by a 1/15 of an inch as the locked front wheel slid on the gravel. But I couldn't hold up Ron and his crew, so that's the way it is. Very, very good. Sort of sliding into the fence there and going, ah. Can it just come on the grass over here? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Oh, door opened that time. But it's just so disgusting. This is going to be the most satisfying 10 minutes of this year, I reckon. Here we go. And it truly was. You know how good it felt to rinse off that first layer of grime and actually see if there was a car under there. Now Simon the truckie is the guy who told me about this 928 in the first place. So kudos to him. A quick call and he's on the way. So there we are. It's by no means clean, but it's a start. And he doesn't muck around. Hey mate.
Go left hand down.
All right. Good work, Simon. You know what you're doing? You're the man, aren't you?
Oh, that's right.
Are you a star of YouTube yet? Have you been famous on YouTube yet?
Not yet.
Don't tell me how to do my job, he says. And I won't tell you how to do yours. Yeah, Simon's a good guy. Bye, Claire. Wave goodbye. Yeah, there it goes.
Fall for it.
I think she did pretty well. Are you going back to freeway or the old pack?
I'll probably go the freeway, yeah.
Okay. You got my number, so I'll see you there. Before you know it, we're off to Matt's workshop. Oh dear, look at that bounce. It looks like it doesn't even have any front shock absorbers in it. We'll add them to the long list of things we need to buy. So if people need a tow in that's north side of Sydney, where do they go?
Ring somebody else.
Ring somebody else. Don't ring him because he's too busy.
Leave me for the prestige stuff.
Okay. Is this a prestige car or is this just an old bomb?
This goes back a long way.
Righto, mate.
I like these.
Thanks for coming up. We're going to fix it up. Well, there we go. That was a pretty active Saturday morning. Only about another 2 years to go. So there you go. There goes Simon. Barn find 928. Let the process begin.